Hello dear creatives, welcome to class once again. It's so amazing to have you back. Thank you so much for staying with us all through the year 2022, and it's a happy new year to you and your family from all of us here at Allured by Ruby. So if you are a newcomer, please just take 1 second to click the subscribe button, because this is the place where you're going to get headwear, lifestyle, and business tips. Like, this is a one-stop for all your headwear needs. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an inner cap that is suitable for your scarves. I know some people struggle with how to style their scarves. Probably every time it's always falling off their head, and they have to wear like a two-piece, wearing the cap separately and also trying to cover their hair with a scarf because you want to look trendy, you know. But in this tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to make the inner cap and attach it to your scarf, so you don't have any problem whatsoever with your scarf falling off your head. So let's dive right in. Right now on my table, you will notice that I don't have a lot of things that I'm going to be using for this project. Yes, that is because you don't need so many. In front of me right here, I have my piece of fabric. It's just a little leftover from what I used for a previous project. This is all I'm going to be using for the inner cap, and this is my scarf right here. I just ironed it and kept it very neatly, because by the time I'm done with the inner cap, I'm going to show you how to attach it to this scarf right here. And you also be needing your measuring tape, obviously, to take your measurement. You need your scissors for cutting, and also you need a matching thread. And lastly, I'm going to show you how to make your inner cap puffy so you don't have to wear a turban lift. Yes, I know you're going to love that. I'll show you what I'll be using to make my cap puffy later in the video, but for now, just stay with me. So first things first, I remember I mentioned that in the post, I'm sure you must have seen on my IG page, where I said that I want to drop a tutorial regarding a beautiful design that I saw and I think I can replicate. So I saw this very nice design, this particular one that I'm trying to recreate right here, and I did my homework by working out my measurements right here. So I have done like a template in paper form, which I'm going to be showing you in the fabric form. And for those that are just joining us, or for our existing online students, I want to advise that you do a little bit of brain work as well, so that when you see a design, you can be able to factor or figure out how the person came about the design, and you can replicate for your customer. And doing your own brain work and coming up with some measurements will also help you to be able to create your own unique designs that you imagine. Now, to this particular design, I have my measurements worked out. You can see all this one that I did here, the cancelling, the errors, but I finally figured something out that I think would work. So now that I've shown you how I started conjuring my measurement and I'm done with that part, now let's go to the actual measurements on the fabric, cuts, and then we start to make this beautiful design. You need a fabric that is stretchy. This is not quite very stretchy because this is all I can find, and I'm actually doing this video while I'm on holiday, and I can't actually go to the market to get what I would have really loved to create this design. But of course, I can always make do with this. But if you're getting your material, ensure that your fabric is very stretchy, like a lycra kind of fabric that can stretch very well. And please don't let it be very heavy, something light, because it's called inner cap or under cap. So you don't want it to be really heavy, because you're going to be combining it with a scarf. And if you like, you can also wear it as it is. So the length of this piece of fabric right here is 23 inches long on the stretchy part of the fabric, And if you notice, I even had to join the fabric because I didn't have enough of this color, and I really love the combination of the orange and the black, so I just wanted to make do, so I joined. But the full length is 13.5 inches, 13.5 inches long by 23 inches. The 13 inches 0.5 is on fold, okay, is on fold right here, which means if I open this up like this, what I'm going to be having at a full stretch length is going to be 27 inches. So if you are good at cutting on fold, cut 13.5 inches. But if you are not too good, you are a beginner, just open your fabric all through and measure 27 by 23 inches. Now that you understand the measurements of your width and your length, let's go to the next step. So I'm going to fold this fabric into 2 equal halves, and then I'm going to cut into a half circle. Now, if you want to know if what you're doing is correct, there is actually no correct or right and wrong way to do this. You can just go ahead and cut it straight down. But if you want to be able to replicate, you can measure where you are cutting, so that when you are cutting next time, you are cutting on the same part. So let's say this is 6 inches right here. So from my 6 inches right there, I can just cut it out like this. That's freestyle and freehand cutting. So I'm going to have this right here. So the next thing I'm going to do after cutting my half circle or semi-circle is I'm going to partition this fabric into 2 equal parts. Not necessarily equal parts, but okay, let me scratch that. Not 2 equal parts. Oh my god, I love it when I have to use my brain to figure things out. Like, it keeps me very active, and that's the reason why I feel some people who might be struggling about these things can just come and learn, and then I make it very simple for them. So let me just say that from here, from this front part or the folded part, 7 inches, I think so, because I don't want the parts I want to pad to come too forward. I want it to stay like at the back of the head. So I think 7 inches. You might not understand what I'm saying, don't worry, you so understand. So 7 inches from the middle here, I mark it all the way down. 7 inches, 7 inches. This is like a first attempt for this design. If I figure out that the 7 inches is too much, I might reduce it to 6 inches. Trust me, I might reduce it to 6 inches, but my hunch is just telling me to do 7 inches because I try to picture how it's going to look on my head, which is the most important thing. So I hope you're learning. Great. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the sewing machine and then sew on this line straight down. So quickly before I sew, as I was trying to sew this on the sewing machine, I figured that if I do a straight line all the way down, my thread is going to show on top, and I don't want that to happen at all. So I changed my mind, and I'm going to use another method of trying to split or partition this into 2, which I'm going to fold. Don't forget that marking. I'll fold it like so, and then I'm going to sew it like this, like this. So by the time I sew it all the way down, when I open it up this way, my lines will be invisible. I prefer that than the first method. You see, I prefer this 100%. Apart from the fact that I joined my fabric here, I'll just be having this line right here. So I'm going to remove the pins, and I have an opening right here. Did you see that? Great. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my filling in this opening. Now this is my fiber that I'm going to be using to fill this inner part right here, and the length of my fiber is 10 inches. Why do I have 10 inches? I have 10 inches because the spacing, I have to work with the spacing I have here. The spacing I have is 6 inches from this place down here, but I cannot make it all 6 inches. I have to reduce my fiber to be 5 inches so I can have enough space to fold the edge of this fabric. So that is why I have 5 inches on fold, which is 10 inches when I open it up. And the length is 15 inches because what I have here, I worked with what I have here as well. So 15 inches, I'll have spaces at the edges of the fabric to fold it in. So I fold my fiber and I place it in the middle right here. Excuse me. And then I fold and pin it in place. Did you see that? Great. So what I'm going to do next is very simple. I'm going to go to my sewing machine and I'm going to fold here, fold it in twice all the way round. There you go. It's looking nice to me. I don't know about you, but I'm loving the outcome. So I'll put this aside and let's work on the rope. There's a rope that we're going to be using to tie this cap at the back, and this rope here is, let me show you what I have. This is about 2.5 inches width and the length is 23 as well. Okay, 23 inches. So I'm going to sew it into a pipe and turn it inside out, and then we go to how to put it into the cap holes. So this is what I have right here. So by the time you put your pipe into the hole, you squeeze it in and pull it out like this. So this is the back and this right here is the front. So beautiful. Yay! I love the outcome. So the last thing I want to do right now is just to attach my scarf. Like I said before the tutorial started, you can wear this on its own as you like because it has the puffy part at the back that will make it stand, and also you don't need a turban lift, and you can also wear it with your scarf. But to avoid your scarf from falling off this cap, I have this 3 part that I've pinned right here, and I'm going to show you the measurements. So from the middle part to where I pinned is 1.5 inches, and from where my scarf is going to stop or start and stop, let me measure that way. That will be 11 inches. So from side to side is 11 and the depth here is 1.5. So now that I have marked it, I'm going to check for the center, like the midpoint of my scarf. I think I need to measure the scarf. I bought this, but you can make it by yourself. So let's just work with the measurement. So the depth of this scarf is 15 inches and the length Okay, let me fold it so it can be equal. The length is 28 inches on fold. Great, so that is the length that you want to use. Just use this ready-made scarf to have an idea of what you can measure if you are making your own at home by yourself. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to get the mid part, which is here. Let me just mark it so that I can know where my middle part is. And then I'm going to lay my cap flat, just like this. And so I place it let it be more flat than this so it can be easy. Okay, so that particular midpoint, I'm trying to, oh my god, where, okay, great. I was actually looking for it, so I'm going to place it on that marking right there. You notice how I placed it. I placed the cap and the scarf facing each other, and I'm going to pin it down right there in the middle. You see, so you pin it down. Then for the side, let me pin that. Great, so you see how slanted it is from here down. I will repeat the same process on the other side. And then I'm good to go. So I'm going to sew this on the sewing machine from here straight down. Ensure you use a matching color of your scarf so that by the time you turn this upside down, your thread color will not be showing. Ta-da! Can you see how it looks like? Oh my god, this is so beautiful. And when you wear it, you push the scarf to the back, and this is what you have. If you like, you can push your scarf backward a little, but this is not going to fall off your head if you use this method. And the inner cap is also going to be reflecting under the, oh, it's so beautiful. I can't wait to rock this. I cannot wait to wear it, trust me. And look at the back. The fiber that I put at the back is already giving it a puffy part. You don't even need to wear a turban lift. Like, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel this year, trust me, you're going to be missing out a lot. So do me a favor, and also do yourself that favor by clicking the subscribe button, because I'm so excited to share so much with you this coming year. So thank you so much for joining in. My name is Adiola once again, and if you're new here, welcome to the house of headwear lifestyle and business. I'll catch you in another video. It's a wrap for now.